My dear students, how are you? Again, I am welcoming all of you to our online class system. We are discussing chapter 3. Already we have completed up to section 3.3. Today we are going to start a very interesting section, and it is also known to you, the ebb and flow. I think maximum of you have visited Cox's. If you visited Cox's, you have seen that sometimes sea of the water is coming to the coastal area. Again, it goes down at a certain time. When water swells up, this situation is known as the flow, and when water goes down in the same manner is known as the ebb. Flow also called high tide and ebb also called low tide. See, I have shown a figure over here. Water is coming towards the coastal region and it is known as the high tide or flow. But again, when water is going down, this one is known as the ebb. See the definition of the text: flow or high tide. That means inflation of seawater in a regular manner is called the high tide or flow. And ebb or low tide means descending or disembarking of the seawater is called low tide or ebb. Now, the reasons of the ebb and flow. That means why ebb and flow are taking place in this universe. Earlier or in the ancient time, there was a supposition about the reasons of tide were customary, but nowadays there is the scientists have proved that for high tide or flow and for low tide or ebb, there are two main reasons, or the reasons are rotation of the earth, attraction of the sun and moon. Rotation of the earth, attraction of the sun and moon. So on the basis of this, the reason of the ebb and flow we can classify into two. First one, influence of the gravitation force. Then second one, the centrifugal force. Influence of the gravitation force. You have to understand, each object has an attraction power. Each object has an attraction power, and this one is known as the gravitational force, or you can say the gravity, attraction power of the any object. But attraction power of object depends on mass and volume. Mass and volume. If the size of the object is very big, attraction power will be more, but if the size is smaller, attraction power will be less. But side by side, if the object is very big but it is so far from anywhere, then attraction power will be decreased. Our earth basically attracts by the sun and moon. Sun and moon. Sun is so big, almost 2.60 crore fold than the moon, but sun is so far from the earth. Sun is so far from the earth. Moon is closer to the sun, closer to the earth than the sun. That is why in this earth, moon has the more attraction than the sun, almost two times. That is why when our earth is attracted by the moon, the portion of the earth which faces the moon, in that portion water bodies inflated or swells up. That means here flow or high tide is taking place. But the place where there is no attraction power of moon, like here and here, in that place ebb are taking place. That is why this is known as the influence of gravitational force, or influence of the gravitation, for what ebb and flow is taking place. Again I am telling what is the influence of gravitation force. When our earth is attracted by sun and moon, due to the attraction of sun and moon, the place of the earth which faces the moon or sun, in that portion flow or high tide take place. But the place where there is no attraction of sun or moon, in that place ebb or low tide take place. That centrifugal force. If you see, if I turn this marker to above, it will come again down to the earth's surface because of the attraction of the center of the earth, and which is called the centrifugal force. When our earth is rotating on its own axis, water bodies of this earth's surface want to be scattered, but could not be scattered. Though could not be scattered, but the water bodies can swells up or inflated for a while. Again it goes down due to the centrifugal force. That is why when due to the rotation of the earth, water bodies want to scatter, that time water bodies swells up for a while or inflated for a while. That means high tide or flow take place. But when there is no again, when due to the attraction of the center, water goes down. This one is the ebb or low tide. Such a way, centrifugal force also working for occurring ebb and flow. Again, as for example, you can say if you play with the ball, and if your ball is wet, and if you remove the wet ball, then water will be scattered in the surrounding areas. Same way, when our earth is rotating on its own axis, water bodies wants to be scattered, but could not scatter due to the attraction of the center. That is the centrifugal force. But it can be swells up for a while or for few minutes. That is why here flow or high tide. But when again due to the center goes down, then ebb take place. I think you have understood reason of flow and ebb. What are the reasons? The influence of gravitational force, the centrifugal force. Now we'll see the classification of the ebb and flow. That means how many types of ebb and flow are there in this earth. First time, for different angle you can classify major, direct or primary tide, then minor, indirect or secondary tide, then spring tide or flood tide, then neap tide or ebb. See, I have written the synonym words: major or direct or primary, minor or indirect or secondary. In your book it is written major and minor, but sometimes question comes like what is direct tide or primary tide. That is why I have written the synonym words over here: minor, indirect or secondary tide, the spring tide, flood tide, then neap tide or ebb. Now see what is major or direct or primary tide. If you see the previous figure, major tide or minor tide, the place which faces the moon. Try to understand. The place which faces the moon, due to the direct attraction of the moon, one types of flow or high tide occurs, and that is known as the major or direct or primary tide. That means the place which faces the moon directly, in that portion water bodies swells up or inflated for a while, and it is known as the major tide or primary tide or direct tide. But the place in the opposite sides of the moon, attraction power of the moon also work in the opposite center. In these places, water bodies constructed toward the center. That is why here creates one vacuum. To fill up this vacuum, water is coming from both the sides, from here and here to here, and there is also occurs one types of flow. This one is known as the indirect or minor tide or secondary tide. So here major tide, here minor tide. Here is ebb, here is ebb. I think you have understood what is major tide or minor tide. Now see, spring tide or flood tide, neap tide or ebb. Here I have shown two figures. See, spring tide or flood tide, neap tide or ebb. In the new moon, sun and moon remain same side parallelly and attracts the earth combinedly. Again, in full moon, in one side of the earth there is a sun, and there is a full moon. Both are parallelly and in same line. When sun and moon, in new moon or a full moon, attracts the earth together by the combined force of sun and moon. The place which faces the moon, in that place too much mighty tide occurs, which is known as the spring tide or flood tide. See, again I am telling you, on new moon or in a full moon, sun and moon remain in the same line and attracts the earth together due to the combined force of sun and moon. Too much mighty tide occurs, which is known as the spring tide or flood tide. But on 7th or 8th lunar day, 7th and 8th lunar day, sun in one side, moon in the another side, attracts the earth by creating a right angle. So here is moon, here is sun, 7th and 8th lunar day. In that times, since sun in one side, moon in another side, attraction power of sun and moon will be neutralized. Moon is attracting this side and sun is attracting from this side. So water of this area does not move anywhere. And for that reason, here takes ebb or low tide. I think you have understood the classification of ebb and flow. Okay, listen. I think all of you understood the classification of the ebb and flow. But there is a question: what is the interval of flow and ebb? See, this is our earth, and you know that our earth like a circle. There are 360 degrees. It is, if here is 0, here is 19. If it is 0, here is also 19. So if here is flow and here is ebb, in between flow and ebb, difference is 6 hours 13 minutes. Again I am telling you, in between flow and ebb, difference is 6 hours 30 minutes. But when this phase will come here, it will take almost 12 hours 26 minutes. So difference between flow and ebb is 12 hours 26 minutes. But difference between one major tide to one minor tide, that is, if this place once major tide, this place again comes to occurs here, go back to occur for major tide after 24 hours 56 minutes. So interval between one major tide to major tide to another major tide, 24 hours 56 minutes. But between one major and one minor, 12 hours 26 minutes. Now we see the influence of the tides on the earth. That means what are happening due to the high tide or low tide in this earth. There are lots of influence in this universe for the tides. First one, make the river water clean. When ebb and flow is taking place, it is clearing the different types of dirt or other things which are deposited in the mouth of the river, and river water becomes clean due to the current of the flow and ebb. Then the river beds become deeper. When continuously ebb and flow takes place, in that place river beds gradually become deeper, help in irrigation. When there is high tide or flow takes place in the ocean or sea, water is coming to the different in the small rivers inside the landmass area. Water is coming towards the river, and by holding this water in the winter season, the people, those who live in the coastal region, they are doing agricultural activities by irrigation water from the river. Then hydroelectricity production. Though in our country we are not using hydroelectricity by the help of the flow and tide, but some countries in the world, by the help of flow and tide, they are producing hydroelectricity. That means when we are producing electricity by the use of water, is known as the hydroelectricity. See, Lawrence power plant in France and Bandala port in India, they are producing electricity by the help of flow and ebb. Help in transportation, which is mentionable in the text. See, flow and ebb helps in transportation. If there is high tide or flow, then depth of the water in river increase. As a result, water vessels or ships can easily come to the port and anchor. But when there is ebb, ship or water vessels can go to the sea or ocean easily. Such a way, flow and ebb helps in transportation. Then salt cultivation. If you visited Cox's Bazar, you will see in the Teknaf area, our farmers are cultivating salt. When there is high tidal flow, water is coming, and by making different dam, they are holding the water. And when the water is drying due to the sun ray, salt are deposited in the earth surface. Such a way, they are cultivating cultivating salt by the help of the flow and ebb. These are the influence of the tides on the earth. I think all of you understood today's topic, definition of flow and ebb, types of flow and ebb, causes of flow and ebb, and influence of the flow and ebb on the earth. Next class, you have to solve CQ number 3 from your text, page 74. And you have to submit in your respective subject teachers group, BGS group, homework group by 10th May. Thank you all.